Help me ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. So this is just going to be a very quick video today, just to show you the second edition of the Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery, which I have a copy of the first edition. The reason why I've jumped on to show you really is I did a walkthrough of the 5th edition of the Alchemical Tarot Renewed, which now comes in this lovely cloth box, beautiful gilded cards. The card stock is second to none. It's absolutely stunning. And this was after, at Christmas, I received as a gift the Tarot of the Alchemical Magnum Opus, which again, they're cards from Hermes, which is Robert M. Place's publishing house, is absolutely luxurious. And I said when I did a walkthrough of the Alchemical Tarot Renewed 5th edition, my hope was that the Sevenfold Mystery, which is my favourite deck, although it's kind of on a par with Alchemical Tarot, my favourite Robert M. Place deck, I should say, I hope that it would have the same sort of makeover. And lo and behold, within a couple of days of posting that, people were messaging me saying he's just listed it as a pre-order. So my lovely friend Jen from Jen's Balanced Tarot agreed to help me out. And, you know, I was able just to send her some money, and she was able to pick it up for me and pop it in the post. Because, and it was the same with this, she got me this one as well. The cost that Robert charges for shipping internationally, to the UK in particular, is a lot more than what you know, we would pay if you're just sending it for a friend. So she was able to save me some money by doing this. I love the Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery. I think it is an absolutely beautiful tarot deck. I have done a walkthrough. I've also done a Throwback Thursday about the Sevenfold Mystery. I will link that below, actually, because there is a full walkthrough on there on the Throwback Thursday, and I explain a little bit about the system. So in a nutshell, without going into too much detail, Plato, and it's in you know, lots of Robert M. Place's writings about Neoplatonism, but Plato stated that we have 3 souls, okay, which is the will, appetite, and reason. And they're referred to as the soul levels, the 3 soul levels, or 3 parts of the soul. And then within each soul, there are 7 soul centers. And, you know, we talk about the soul centers, also chakras, you know, the 7 main chakras, but also 7 virtues, 7 vices, and things like that. So the Sevenfold Mystery links that with tarot. That's in a nutshell. Obviously, it's a little bit more in-depth than that. But, you know, you've got 3 groups of 7. 3 groups of 7 is 21, which is the major arcana, and they are split into those 3 groups of 7. And a lot of people are quite off-put by this deck, but there's no need to be, because even Robert M. Place himself says this can be read and used on multiple levels, in his words, from the mundane to the spiritual. These hard boxes, I just think, are so wonderful. I love them so much more than these tuck boxes. This one I edged in green myself. Nice cards, nice thick deck, but these versions are really nice. It's a different shade of green, which I'm pleased about, because the Alchemical Magnum Opus and the Alchemical Tarot are the same green. And when I saw this was green online, I thought that, well, they're all going to start looking the same. But but not so. It's a more of a lime green. Oh, quality is fantastic. So I'm not going to do a full walkthrough. You do get a little book, Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery 2nd edition by Robert M. Place. And you can get, in fact, bear with. Okay, so this book, and I had to go and get it because I can never remember that long title, but the Tarot, Magic, Alchemy, Hermeticism, and Neoplatonism. A guide to this, the Waite-Smith Tarot, the Alchemical Tarot, and the Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery. So it purports to do all three: RWS, Alchemical, and Sevenfold Mystery. And as you can see, they're using the Sevenfold Mystery artwork for the cover of the book. This is a huge tome of a book. But it is really interesting, and it's not as complex to read as you might initially think. But you've got all the cards laid out here, look, and you can just go to each one for references, etc. So it is 680 pages, but a good book if you want something more in depth than this little booklet. So in this little booklet, which is nicer than just your paper little white book, it's got a nice cover. You've got an introduction to the deck by Robert M. Place, and then you get your the ladder of the planets. Again, 7 listed there. The Fool and the Trumps, and how they've been renamed in some cases. Gabriel, the Angel of Judgment. And then you've got your minors here. So coins, earth, sensation, staffs for fire, etc. So you've got all the elements broken down as well. Staff of the Serapis on the card back. So the card backs have this, and you've got your 3 soul levels here represented too: will, appetite, and reason. So yeah, so I'm not going to do, as I said, I'm not going to do a walkthrough, because you can click the link below if you want to see card by card on the Throwback Thursday that I did. But this is a nice thick deck. As you can see, it has this beautiful gold gilding. The cards are now matte, and that's what I love about these new versions. The cards just feel so incredible. The quality is amazing. And what I love about Robert M. Place decks is the crispness and the clarity of the artwork. But in these cards, they seem even more crisp and clear. And let's just compare. Here we have our Hierophant. Do a bit of a comparison. So in terms of size, they're a little bit bigger now, only a little bit, but you can see they're a little bit wider, a little bit bigger. And with these are quite glossy. You can probably see the sheen on them, whereas these are lovely and smooth, matte. The quality of the colours and everything is intact, you don't lose anything there. Just looks a little bit sharper on the line work with the matte edition, but it's still wonderful. And you do get some of the illustrations and words, so will, appetite, and you've got fidelity and other things brought in. Cupid, because it's the Lovers card, so you get keywords like love. And there's the 3: reason, will, and appetite. The 3 parts to the soul: justice, reason, you know, it's needed with justice, isn't it? A beautiful hermit card, which appears on the back of the box. I can't begin to tell you how nice these feel. The Traitor. I love the Death card. Mortar. Some of them are sticking together a bit, but you often get that with gilded decks, and it was the same with the Alchemical Tarot. But once you've see, they are literally that thick that feels like there's two cards together, and I'm doing this, and of course that beautiful thickness. Temperance. Now that one is stuck together. And there we have our and isn't that interesting? You've got will and appetite, but for Satan, so rather than the devil, it's titled Satan, you have unreason. Tower, star, moon is beautiful. Reason, will and appetite. Oops. And then we have Apollo, Gabriel for the Judgment card, and we have Prudence for our World card, and then our Miners, and we have the coins. Look how gorgeous they are, the Ouroboros here. They're kind of what you'd call illustrated pips, but not fully illustrated. But you get that sense there, don't you, of the Five of Pentacles. Oh, I love this deck. Look at the colours and the clarity. I really like the Four of Cups. It's very similar, actually. If I show you in the Alchemical Tarot, although they're not going to be in order because I've used this deck. And actually, the Sevenfold Mystery is even bigger than the Alchemical. Okay, so there we go. You do get the Roman numeral and the elemental symbol on the Alchemical Tarot, whereas you don't on the Sevenfold Mystery. You just get the images, but very similar. Pop these back. I'm getting cards everywhere. Okay. So I said I wasn't going to do a full walkthrough, and I'm kind of showing you the cards, but I'm not talking in detail about any of them because, as I said, you could always watch the Throwback Thursday. I love these symbols on each of these cups. So we have Lady and Knight rather than Page. Lady, Knight, Queen and King. They feel so thick. I'm trying to part cards that aren't there. Swords. Love that. Love the archeries. Oh, it's just amazing to have one of my favorite decks pimped in this way. Just such good quality. So they are quite pippish, as you will have seen, but there is some scene happening as well, even if it's quite minimal. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm so fortunate. Thank you, Jen, again for making this happen by helping me out and getting it to me. Didn't take that long really to get here, just a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm loving these new style decks from Robert M. Place. They are just of the highest quality. They really are beautiful. So there you go. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. And yeah, if you're a Robert M. Place fan, would you do what I've done and actually replace just to get a better quality? Or are you just happy with the original ones that you have? Let me know. And until next time, go in peace, namaste, and blessed be.